energy in my tone. You can't step to my throne. They ain't working like me. I did this on my own. You asking where we been, huh? I don't know where to begin, huh? All this dirt on my skin. I just came here to win.
Hey, how's it going? It's Larry Scooter, CEO of Campus Media, and I'm the Accomplishment Junkie. And today I'm going to be speaking with Felicia. So, Felicia, can you give a little introduction about who you are and what your brand is and what it is you do?
Yes. So my name is Felicia Glenn, and the name of my business is Ferris Mall. I am a handbag designer, so I make clutches, tote bags, crossbodies, fanny packs. Also make leather earrings and other little different accessories. So,
Okay. So where did you get your interest in fashion? Where do you think that came from?
as a little kid, I always um, had some type of passion for the fashion. I wanted to
Right.
get my nails done. I wanted to get my hair done every week. I had to wear school uniforms, but as soon as school was out, I darted to that bathroom, changed my clothes, and put on something cute and presentable. I just like to switch my style up a lot, and that was probably when I was like 13, something like that.
Okay. So at what point did that start becoming like, you know what? I need to make this a business. I need to start turning this into a business.
Well, it all started from my passion for hair. Because like I stated before, I like to get my hair done like every week, different colors, different styles. Of course, they were all like weave related, but that really got my passion going. It got the fuel burning in the inside. This is like I went to cosmetology school at Pivot Point, and just seeing all the different styles and how people would dress them up and do different things. That just really got me going and just geared toward the entertainment industry. Period.
Okay. So so how did you come up? What is the name of your brand, and how did you come up with that name?
The name of the brand is Ferris Mall, and I actually named it after my daughter.
Okay.
So I did that because she's very bold, unique, um, outspoken, and she's different. And her name itself means joy and happiness. So that's what I wanted to incorporate into the brand. And hopefully we can add joy to other people's lives and other women's lives by our products.
Okay. And how do you go about? How do you feel that your products bring joy to other people?
I'm sorry, it was going in and out.
How do you feel that your product brings joy to others?
Because it's different. It's not something that you can just easily go into Target or um, any boutique, basically, or even Michael Kors, like the higher end brands. If you don't want
Right.
to look like the next person, you want something to be more original and something like a one of a kind statement piece, then
Right.
that's what I specialize in. That's what I provide. That's the type of service I provide for women.
Yeah, I understand. Having something unique does make you feel special, and like, yeah, I got this. Um, so what is it that you specialize in exactly in fashion?
I specialize in purses in my handbags. That's mostly what I do. And then I just added accessories on the side. And then I would say as of possibly last year, I added sunglasses, and that has been doing really well as well. So I just want to be kind of well rounded in the industry. Have a little
Right.
bit of everything for a woman.
Yeah. So a good question that made me think about. I know when I met you, you were designing clothing. What made you more so shift to specializing in bags?
Well, we were in school. It taught me that clothing is a little bit more tedious and takes a little bit more time than I have to put into it. So I think I was scrolling on Instagram or something one day, and I follow a lot of different designers, and
Mhm.
one of the bags just really stood out to me, and I'm like, this is unique, this is different. I
Right.
love this, and I love accessories. I love accessorizing my outfits. I like making a complete look. So I thought, like, hey, let me go ahead and try to make a handbag. Let me make a clutch and see how that works out. And after I did, like friends and family were like, hey, can you make me a bag? I need this, I need that. And then before you know it, it was just a full blown business.
Right, right. Okay. So I wanted to ask you that. So I wanted to point that out because, when in business, it's very important to do something that's, a little bit more realistic, within what you can handle, what you can create quickly,
Hmm.
and quality that you get to the client. So that's a great point. Um, Also, so what are some of the materials that you use in creating your bags?
I use all types of materials. I use leather mostly.
Hmm.
I also use patent leather, which is fox leather, and then I also use like upholstery fabric. So
Okay.
I use a little bit of everything. My lining is 100% cotton, and I build my bags from scratch. I go to the local, fabric store, and I use this creative imagination, creative mind that I have, and I just dive right into it.
Right. Okay. So what is your kind of your thought process? What motivates you to, like how did these ideas come to you? Is it experiences that you have, or just like something you envision?
It's just something that I envision. Sometimes I'm asleep and something will pop up in my head, and I'm like, okay, I gotta, sketch it down, and working on it, or it could come up in the shower, or you know, um, anywhere is just something that clicks like a light bulb,
Hmm.
and I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and sketch it down, and once I get a rough draft, I'll either like detail it more here and there, or different things, add different things to it.
Okay. So you know what? On that same subject, so when you first when you created your first purse, like was it a sketch first, or did you just like vision something and make it? Like what came first, the drawing or the purse?
Um, I think it was the vision. It was
Hmm.
definitely the vision first. Because I'm not much of a sketcher, so I know what I'm thinking of, so I'm easy to just try to draw it down. But mostly it's all in my head. It's been times where I would have a pop up shop, and my shop would start at 1 o'clock, and I would just all of a sudden get this bright idea of a new bag that I hadn't thought about before or anything. I would wake up
Right.
at 5 o'clock in the morning. I would go in my office, execute that bag, and majority of the time, when I go to the pop up shop, that's the first bag that gets sold.
Right. So so question. So when you first decided to say, "Hey, I'm going to make this brand," how long did it take you to actually conceive that brand from the time you thought of it to actually making it happen?
Um, I want to say about maybe about 3 months. Maybe about 3 months. Because I had to get everything that I needed. I needed to research sewing machines. Um, of course, there are like a wide range of them, but I needed one that also fits the material that I'll be working with. I had to go and get material, fabric, threading, needles, rulers and shears and all that good stuff. So it took me about 3 months.
All right. So we got uh, Esther wants to know what helped you take the leap into entrepreneurship.
Um, I've always had this thing with working for other people. Um, I probably started my first job at I want to say 17, and it was like a corner neighborhood grocery store or something like that. And it was something about it having to go in at a certain time, having to clock out, having to ask to go to the bathroom, things like that. And I was also having my first child. I just it didn't sit well with me. It didn't sit well with me at all. I'm more of a I want to do things on my own time type of girl. So with me doing that and experiencing other jobs, I was like, you know what? No, 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 no. This is enough. Okay. I had already gotten my cosmetology license, so there was really no reason why I even needed the 9 to 5, and I could just go in and work for myself. So,
Mhm.
and that started at I think 18, because right after high school, I went straight into cosmetology. And right after that, I was driven in that field so much. I was doing all types of seminars, hair shows, fashion shows, things like that. So right then it was like, I'm never going back to a 9 to 5. Like entrepreneurship is where I'm supposed to be.
Right. And from saying that, you do a lot of like pop-up shops and different seminars and things of that nature. How do you think that affects your sales as an entrepreneur?
Oh, it is a great networking tool. It is a great networking tool. Going out to meet different people. You're able to sign them up for your mailing list. You're able to engage with them one on one, and they get a feel for who you are as a person. And it helps out a whole lot.
Okay. And how do you go about locating these different events? Is there a special way? You think
um,
something you type in especially, or like what do you put in the search engine?
no, there's no certain way. Um, it's information everywhere, so it's word of mouth,
Mhm.
reaching out to different friends or family, ask them, hey, do you know anyone that's maybe possibly looking for vendors that's having a pop up shop? Or they'll be on their social media pages and they'll see something and they'll forward it to me. I'm also browsing on my own social media pages because I follow a lot of different entrepreneurs and designers. So they usually post like, hey, we just signed up for this pop up shop or that. And so I'm able to go ahead and look up the organization and see, if I can get in and things like that. Um, when you meet different people at other pop-up shops, they'll usually have something going on. So they'll keep you in mind and send you an email saying, hey, I got something coming up. So it just comes from different places. You just have to
Okay.
look.
So another question I have. So going out to these events and meeting people, sometimes I'm sure people might buy things right then and there, but like, how long do you think the turnaround time is? Like for those who go out and they're like, oh, this person isn't contacting me. Like, what is the longest it took someone to actually purchase something from you after you met them?
Um, Not long. I've had people pull up next to me as I'm getting in the car, like, hey, do you still have that bag? Or, something
Right.
like that. Or they'll call me the next day, like, hey, I just met you at such and such event. And I was really interested in this bag that I saw on the website. How can I get it? Or they want something that's similar but custom made. So they want me to, add little different details that they want on it. And I
Mm.
mean, I can make, depending on how detailed it is, the turnaround time is very quick. It could be like 3 days, depending on how many orders I have and the details that's on the bag.
Okay, so you make custom designs for people as well.
Yes.
Okay, Diana wants to see some of your designs. You have any on hand? Do you have any your products on hand?
I have one sitting near me. I just finished doing a photo shoot, so that's another thing that I'm trying to tie into the business is just advertising my products like a complete look and not just like, hey, here's the bag. I want everything to flow. So this is one of my pieces here. It's a leather clutch, so it has the zipper here. It also has a zipper in the inside. so that you can put like your money, your coins, your ID, anything like that up in there. And it also has the top zipper, so it's multifunctional. It has like a lot of different pocket space in there.
Okay.
So
And Madonna says your products do be fire.
hey, Ladina girl, thank you so much for tuning in, Queen. That's one of my really really close friends.
Okay, okay. All right. You know, how do you determine the pricing for your products? Like, how do you measure that?
Well, it all depends on the material and the time that it takes to
Hmm.
make it. So with all that, I have to calculate everything. Um, my machine expenses for me making the bags, the threading, the needles, everything goes into price in the bag.
Okay, so we spoke a little before this, and you told me that you were modeling, right?
Yes, yes,
So
yes, yes, yes.
how do you think modeling inspires or helps your brand evolve?
Well, it's all within the same group. So if I'm showing you a purse, I have to model it. So that requires me to actually know how to take pictures, how to do poses, how to walk and things like that. So when I was approached by my manager now, but modeling agency called Face to Face Talent Modeling Agency based in Atlanta, um, she was like, "Hey, you're gorgeous. Um, I would really like to, have you come and sit down with me and we'll discuss some things." And I've always kind of had a little something for modeling, like besides the business, but just modeling for different designers, being on that runway stage, taking pictures and things like that.
Right,
I've always loved doing that, but it's always kind of been frowned upon a little bit for the curvier woman. You have
right,
to be a certain size and look a certain way in order to be what am I trying to say? To be welcomed,
okay,
So by her specifically gearing her business toward curvy plus size women and seeing all the other women that were models, it was just so comforting. And it was like, oh my God, I can do this. So, with all that being said, I'm able to travel with the agency when they're doing or involved with different fashion shows and things like that. I'm able to network and get my brand out there or even become a designer myself and promote my business and my products to the people. But I've had amazing feedback so far. It just started this year and it has been great.
okay. So Diana says, is there a posting to know when you'll be involved in a pop-up shop? So do you have like a bulletin board or something on your site where people can check in on you?
Yes, yes, yes. So you can follow my Facebook page at Farrah Simone. You can also follow me on Instagram at Farrah Simone. And I have Snapchat. I am Farrah Simone Salon. So all my social media platforms, I promote what I'm doing next. So you'll see any pop-up shops, anything that I have on there.
All right, and Patricia asked the same thing. Patricia, I hope that answered your question. Um, so, um, so what are some of the key players involved in running your business? Or are you a one woman band, or how do you go about that? Like, do you have help, or are you doing this on your own?
I'm doing it on my own. I
Mhm.
am everything. I have many hats. But when there is time where I need help, I would just ask. I ask my kids; they're pretty helpful, so they would help some cut out fabric. And I mean, it's this one time I was like, "Oh my God, I need help! Like I can't cut and sew and do all of this." So I cleared out the kitchen table and I said, "Hey, you, come here." And I laid
Okay.
out fabric for my boys and my daughter. Can you cut this for me, please?
Okay. So, you
So
know what? On that note, where can like people? Is there a way people can get in contact with you if they can't add back? They think like, hey, I like what she's talking about, and I would love to add value, put in a resume. How can people get in contact with you for that?
Oh, you can follow my Facebook page. Follow my Facebook page at any social media platform. Send me an inbox. Say, hey, girl, hey. I saw your interview with, Mr. Accomplishment Junkie, Mr. Streeter, and yeah, I mean, I'm open. I'm open to anybody. I like to help people. So even if you're in the same field and you just have a few questions, by all means, just reach out to me. It's perfectly fine. I'll also give you my email address, which is farrahsimonesalon@gmail.com. So you can also email me that way.
Okay. So what are some of the some discouraging struggles or setbacks that you may have experienced, if any?
Um, for me, I would say my setback is time.
Mhm.
It would definitely be time for me. Being a mother of five, I have to be very organized and strategic with my
Mhm.
time. So I've actually had to. I have some personal things going on, and I actually had to step back from the business, especially during COVID, because it was just a lot of different changes happening, and the kids are like right here in my personal space in my office, and just interrupted everything. So I had to pull it back, but I also took that as a learning experience because I was able to kind of really sit and meditate on where I wanted the business to go overall, in what direction, and what do I want my woman to be. Um, and that really gave me a lot of clarity on just elevating my
Mhm.
brand. I'm able to look into more marketing and read up on different things. So I definitely needed to pull back. Sometimes you just have to pull back and then go full speed.
Okay. Hold on one second. Okay. So what are some of the things that keep you motivated to keep going?
The love for what I do. I love what I
Okay.
do. Just for myself and other people. I'm looking on social media and I say, hey, that's my bag, or hey, those are my earrings. Or I would have people, and I don't know, but I would have people walk up to me. I'm just walking down the street and they was like, are you Farrah Simone? And I say, yes. And they're like, oh, I follow you, so I mean,
Right.
I just love what I do. So
All right. Stephanie says that Farrah Simone is a woman of Manu. And while you were talking a little bit, I had to look that up. Just for those who don't know, like I didn't know, that is oh, here we go. Okay. I don't have to tip that word. That is the first man or woman of Hindu mythology, survivor of the Great Flood, and father, well, we'll say mother here, of the human race. Oh, that's okay. And
thank you,
Garrick says,
Stephanie.
why are you doing this for the playoffs? So I'm doing this when the playoffs. All right. All right.
That is funny.
Okay. So let's see, we got a little thrown off. That word really
Popped out.
yeah. All right. What is some of what is some advice that you would give people seeing this? Those who have a vision and want to do something, those who have an idea or a vision. What advice would you give them?
Go for it. Go for it. If you have an idea, a vision, because a lot of people just they don't get the vision, and if they do get the vision, they don't execute it. They just let it fly away. We were all brought here for a reason. We were all brought here with some special skill or some special talent or something that we can offer another. So if you figure out what that is, my advice is live in it, breathe in it, be in it, and execute it.
Okay. All right. And you know what? And on that note, I want to ask you: were you ever ready to get started? Like when you like, oh, now is the time. Were you ready to start, or or is it like you never was ready, but you just did it?
Um, I just did it. I just did it.
Right.
It came to me, and instead of steady going on like, oh, I could do this and I could do that, and I'm just constantly thinking and thinking. Um,
Yeah.
you have to put actions with your thoughts. So, no, regardless of how I felt, I just went in and did it.
Right. Okay. Okay. That's a very good point for anyone aspiring to be an entrepreneur. Is that
Mhm.
you're always gonna think of more reasons as to why you're not ready to start. I don't have this, or it's not perfect, but you just jump into it and you begin to learn as you go. You're gonna
Yep.
make
And
mistakes. Yeah.
yes, you will be amazed at the outcome. Amazed.
Exactly. Okay. So I think that word is still okay. What's next?
Thank you, Stephanie, for the new word.
Yes. Oh, you got me, Stephanie, with that. All right. Okay. So, yeah, it was a great word. It was definitely a great word. I learned something new. Thank you, Stephanie. Um, so what's next? What's next for your brand? You're doing purses now. Is there any direction that you want to go in?
Yes, 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 yes. And I'm super duper excited. I just got my shipment in of clothing. So, I purchased, or I'm expanding my brand to the plus size woman. So many times, especially myself, I go into a store and I'm like, okay, come on, they can do better. As far
Right.
as like the styles or the colors, it's not flattering, or I don't have the perfect hourglass shape. I don't. So I need something that's gonna fit my body type and also be cute. So I decided, like, hey, let me go ahead and add the clothing items to it. I don't have the time to make it, but I do have the time to sell it. So that is the next move. That is the next move. So I will be updating my website really, really soon, adding those clothing items in there, and I'm just super excited about it. I'm super excited about it.
Okay. So how will you be choosing the types of items that you have available for plus size women?
Well, um, I think that we are vibrant. We are fun and outgoing. This is my woman that I envision, because that is me. And I go after unique pieces. I go after colorful pieces that are like, hey, I like that. It has to have some type of oomph to it so that it blends in and ties in with the uniqueness of my handbag.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that's pretty much
All
how I'm
right.
thinking about.
Stephanie says, no need to apologize, Stephanie. But Stephanie says, I'm sorry. I was just trying to say that Farrah Simone is a woman of many talents, and that she do not leave home without at least one of your accessories.
That is true. That is true. That is very true. I always put on something. Like right now, I have my logo T-shirt on, and I was just
Okay.
let me see. I was at her house. I was just at her house yesterday, and I have my case of sunglasses. Everywhere I go, I got my case of sunglasses, because that's the easiest thing that I can get off, that I can just easily carry. I can just grab it and go. So I went over there and I'm like, hey, I got my glasses. Next thing you know, people walking up, and I say, hey, Farrah Simone, you see the shirt? Follow my social media pages. Go to my website.
All right. Okay. How do you believe that experiences that you had prior to starting this journey, prepared you for this?
Say that one more time.
How do you believe that a different experience, life experiences that you had building up to building this brand? How do you think that prepared you for where you're at today?
Oh man. It made me stronger. A lot of things that I went through, and endured personally, as well as just day-to-day activities or dealing with different people. Um, It has been a struggle, but you just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep
Okay.
going.
So this is a question I like to ask entrepreneurs anytime I meet them, and I think it's interesting to know, like, what do you think was done in your household, your parents? What do you think they did that made you such a self-starter? Did they support you in your visions, or did they not support you in your visions? And you're like, hey, I'm going to do what I want to do. But what do you think in the beginning, little Felicia, made you who you are today?
Um, I would say my mother. If it wasn't for her taking me to the hair salon every week to, switch my style up and get my nails done, I probably wouldn't have come this far.
Right. Okay. All right. So, okay, we're gonna bring this to an ending. It was amazing speaking with you, and I'm pretty sure people learned some things and are inspired, and definitely likely want to go and check out your products. So, where can they go to find your products? Yeah, where can they go find your products?
Well, you can go to my website,
You
which
have
is
it-
at
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It is in the description, but I'm just gonna
yes,
let.
it's in the,
let
yes.
okay. All right.
But it's farrellsimone.com. If you just want to hear me say it, it's fine. Follow me on social media, all platforms. Farrell Simone, everything pretty much. It's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I am Farrell Simone. Let's see. Oh, YouTube, guys. Follow my YouTube channel. I don't have that many videos up. However, I am constantly doing and recording different things, and I will be flooding the scene with videos. So
Okay.
please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I keep saying Facebook. My YouTube channel at Farrell Simone. I'll be doing different things like styling, especially with the new clothing items that I just got in. So you'll get a chance to see that firsthand, how they look, how they move, the handbags that I incorporate with it, or any other accessories I may have that I'm going to style it with. Or just if you want basic styling tips, period, for just different closet items that you may have, of denim jacket, a tank, or jeans, or how to mix and match different pieces. It's going to be a lot of bags, how to make different things, just the basic earrings, or the bag. So maybe I'll do a clutch or something like that on there live. So you definitely want to follow my channel and just have a wonderful experience with me and learn me. And we gonna vibe together.
I'm sure people have a great time with your channel. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and it's been great. And don't forget, guys, success is not a destination; it's a lifestyle.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.